So come and lay on your back. Arms down by your side, grounding into the mat. And what we're going to do today is really focus on our root chakra. And the reason is because we're in a bit of a root chakra crisis collectively right now. The root chakra is the chakra if you want to think about chakras as energy, balls of energy, and we have 7 of them. They start at the base of the spine and they move all the way up the spine. So our root chakra is the root, the one at the bottom. It's basically the bottom of your spine, your tailbone. So from here, I'm going to ask you to bring your arms down by your side and we're going to come into a gentle bridge pose. So bend your knees, plant your feet, draw the belly in. We're going to lift the hips up, roll your shoulder blades underneath you, maybe the hands clasp, press down through the feet. So lifting up through the heart. So our root chakra, our Muladhara chakra, at the very base of the spine, the tailbone, it also correlates with your Mula Bandha, or your pelvic floor, which we talk about quite a bit. And that chakra is associated with our core security. So the things we need to survive. Slowly lower down. Let your knees come into your chest, and let's just float the knees over to the right, arms in a T, head over to the left. So our safety, our security, our home, our shelter, our food, our basic needs are associated with that root chakra. So as I said, we're in this collective root chakra crisis right now. We're all feeling that these basic needs are in danger. Bring your knees to center, over to the other side, change your gaze, and breathe here. And when that chakra is unstable or unsteady or not balanced, it can affect the whole line of energy, the whole chain. So I thought we would really spend some extra time focusing on that chakra today. Draw your knees back to center and rock and roll back and forth the whole length of the spine, just loosening things up a little bit. And then cross up the ankles and come onto your hands and knees. So inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, we're going to round. Inhale. And exhale. Back and forth. Inhale, arch the spine. And exhale. So this very visceral root chakra, it's associated with tribal connections as well. So all of our tribe, the people in our lives that we feel connected to, that we feel very disconnected to right now, that all sits in the root chakra. Inhale, arch, exhale, round. So there's a mantra that goes with the root chakra, and that's really our practice today. And the mantra is, I am grounded. So in your next rounding through the spine, we're going to curl the toes under and find downward dog. So just pedal out through the feet, back and forth. Breathe here. So as we move on our mats today, if you start to feel unsteady, so here's this root chakra, the base of the spine. If you start to feel unsteady, unstable, worried, anxious, the mind starts to wander away, bring yourself back to your mantra for your practice. I am grounded. And we're really going to focus on where we ground through today, so I'll be cueing that a lot. And we know what we do here, we take with us off the mat. So perhaps that mantra becomes helpful to us in the rest of our day. Start to walk the feet slowly towards the hands. Good. And bend the knees and let the chest line on the thighs and let the head hang. And hug behind your thighs. And ground into the feet. So when we're accessing the root chakra, It's everything in the lower body. It's the feet, the legs, all the way up into the hips, the abdominals, the deeper abdominals, and your mula bandha, or your pelvic floor. So spread into your toes, really find the balls of your feet, and then rock gently back into the heels as the head hangs. And then we'll let the arms slowly hang down, and we're gonna roll up as slowly as you can. So as you roll up, root down, root chakra, right? Root down into the feet as you roll all the way up to standing. So Tadasana. Tadasana is one of our most powerful mula bandha poses. So ground down through the feet, spread the toes, draw the belly in, and then lift the heart. Let the shoulders settle down, arms down by your side, and breathe here. Good. As you inhale, let's bring the arms all the way around and up. As you exhale, let's forward fold. Inhale, we're going to lengthen. And as you exhale, let's step back to our plank and hold plank. So if you need to bring your knees to the mat, go ahead and do that. If not, keep the legs, the knees lifted, spread through the fingers, draw the belly in, and breathe. 5 breaths here. So as we ground through the hands and the feet, but it's not the whole foot, it's the balls of the feet and the toes, ask yourself, remind yourself, I am grounded. Right? Where am I grounding through? Well, I need my pelvic floor to engage here. I'm activating through the legs. 2 more breaths here as we're warming up that deep core. And then we're going to lower all the way to the mat as you exhale, all the way to the mat. Good. Come to the tops of the feet as you inhale, lift the head and chest, just come into little baby cobra here. Shoulders draw down. And then as you exhale, lower. Next, inhale, press into the feet. We're going to lift and come into a high cobra. And then as you exhale, let's roll back to downward dog. So curl the toes under, come back into your downward dog, and pedal out through the feet a bit. Good. Spread through the fingers. Shake the head. I am grounded. So the color of your root chakra is red. It's this fiery red. So perhaps when you close your eyes, you might see a little more red on your mat today. Maybe in your visualization at the end of class, we're going to do a 5-minute chakra meditation. You might see red. That's you channeling and centering your root chakra. Next inhale, high on the toes. Next exhale, let's bend the knees, hop, step, float the feet to the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, ground down into the feet. I am grounded. And then inhale, bring the arms all the way around and up. So as you press down through the feet, you lift up and out. Exhale, hands to the heart. Again, inhale, arms around and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen here. And then as you exhale, step to your plank and we'll lower through chaturanga. Inhale, gaze forward, lift the chest. Exhale, we're going to come back. 5 breaths in downward dog. 5 breaths in downward dog. Okay. Good. Breathing here. And last breath. Inhale, high on the toes. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, we're going to lengthen here, and exhale, we're going to forward fold. This time as we inhale, bend into the knees, so ground down into the feet, and reach the arms all the way up. Shoulders relax. Pressing back into the heels, gazing forward, breathe here. 3 more breaths. activating your pelvic floor. So that's like Kegels. If you don't know what a Kegel is, it's like when you squeeze, when you stop your pee midstream. That's the best way to describe that feeling of your pelvic floor engaging. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, will flow through plank to chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale, rolls you back, downward dog. Right leg is gonna lift nice and high. As you exhale, bend the knee. We're gonna round it towards the nose. And then inhale, bring the leg back. Exhale, knee is gonna come back to the nose. And then inhale, bring it back. And exhale, draw it forward. Inhale, back. So that was 3. This last one, knee is gonna come towards the nose. Step the foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee to the mat. Your right knee draws forward. Your arms are gonna lift up. So let's find Asana here. Grounding down through the feet. So you're grounding down through the bottom of your front foot and the top of your back foot. That's the question we ask ourselves. Where am I grounding from? Then we're going to engage the left buttocks. Then we're going to draw the energy up into our pelvic floor and our abdominals. As you exhale, set the hands down, one on either side of the front foot. Shift your weight into the back knee, straighten the front leg. Inhale, look forward. Maybe we're going to fold here. So that sometimes if we're feeling an imbalance in our root chakra, it exhibits itself as extreme tightness in the legs. Hamstrings, glutes, calves, even your IT band, the outside of your thigh. So we're going to be in the legs quite a bit today. Left hand's going to ground down. Right arm's going to come up. So where am I grounding from? Well, that front heel is pressing down meaningfully into the mat. The back knee. And then I'm floating up and reaching up through that right arm. As you exhale, right hand comes down. So this right leg's going to come behind us. We're going to be in hands and knees with the right leg lifted. And then we're going to flip the left foot out a little bit like a kickstand and open up into a side plank. But if you can, maybe grab your foot. So notice my hand is on the outside of my foot and I'm bringing the heel in towards me. So we're stretching through the quads, which are other muscles that are affected by our root chakra. Okay. As you release, hand down, knee down, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, we're going to come into a high cobra, so lift through the heart. And exhale, rolls us all the way back to downward dog. Second side, so left leg's going to lift. Exhale, knee comes to the nose, so we'll round. Inhale, bring the leg back. Exhale, knee to the nose, we're going to round. Inhale it back. Exhale it forward and round. Good. One more. Leg comes back. Knee comes forward as you round. Step the foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee. We're grounding down. So where are we grounding? And then we're floating up. Shoulders draw down. So if you think about how this works, think about where you're activating. So activate the right buttocks, draw up in through the belly, and then float the arms up. So when we work from a place of grounding, we're lighter, right? We're strong and grounded in our base, and then we can float up and be open. We can perhaps let go of things that we're holding on to right now during this collective root chakra crisis that we're all in together. As you exhale, set the hands down. We're going to shift into that back knee, straighten the front leg, lift the toes, folds, get into the hamstrings a little bit. Whew. And then keep the right hand grounded and we'll let the left arm float up to the sky. Look up, twist here. Good. set that left hand down and float the left leg behind us. So we're in that hands and knees with the left leg lifted. Swing the right foot behind you like a kickstand. Maybe float that left arm up so we're in a version of side plank. And the last piece would be bend the knee, grab the top of the foot and draw your heel in towards your buttocks. Look up to the sky. Good. 3 more breaths here. Release that down, hands and knees to the mat, chest and chin follow. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, we're gonna roll it back, downward dog. 5 breaths here. And breathe, letting those heels draw down, letting the shoulders be light, and then ask yourself that question, where am I grounding from? Well, it's the hands, so press into each fingertip. It's the balls of the feet, the toes, maybe for some of us it's the heels, not for me yet. My heels aren't down. Shake out the head. On your next inhale, high on the toes. As you exhale, bend the knees, hop, step, float, feet to the hands. All right, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. So we're gonna move a little faster now. So bend into the knees. Inhale, reach the arms up, Waguespack. As you exhale, it's forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, ground through the feet. Where am I grounded? I am grounded. That's our mantra. Flow through plank chaturanga. Inhale, lift, gaze forward. Exhale, rolls us back, downward dog. Virabhadrasana A, or warrior 1. So ground through the left foot, and then step and ground through the right foot. Arms reach up. Wrap your left hip forward. Press into the big toe and heel of the back foot. Breathe here. So when we're really stable, we can feel lighter on top. We can feel that energy starting to flow up the chain. If there's a block along the way, then it stops. So we're starting from the base. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale, down dog. So we get to choose what we take and what we leave here on the mat. Ground through the right foot, step the left foot forward. Of course, feel free to skip anything you need to today. Big toe and heel of the back foot, wrap your right hip forward, bend into your left knee, float the arms up, shoulders draw down. Breathe. 5 breaths here. I am grounded. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale your plank, vinyasa if you want. Use the breath to bring you through and float you back to downward dog, 5 breaths. So the same concept, the same mantra works off the mat. Once we leave here today, we'll leave our mats today. We may not be leaving our homes today. And we go on for the rest of the day. We're gonna have those times where we feel unsettled, out of whack, out of balance, everything feels not stable. But we can remind ourselves, I am grounded. Inhale, high on the toes, exhale, bend the knees, hop, step, float, feet to the hands. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Inhale, sit into your chair, Waguespack. Ground into the heels, lighten the toes, belly draws in, exhale, fold. Inhale, we're gonna lengthen. Exhale, flows us all the way through plank chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale, brings us back. That right leg is gonna lift, so bring it nice and high. Bend the knee, draw it towards the nose. Let's round through a plank. Ground into the hands, each fingertip. And then step the right foot in between the hands. As you inhale, come on up, high crescent warrior. So where are we grounding through? Well, that right foot and those left toes and our pelvic floor. So engage your Mula Bandha and your abdominals. Exhale, we're going to open to warrior two. So bend into your front knee. Change the grounding to the outside of the back foot. Let's bring the hands together. We're going to interlace the hands, roll the shoulder blades together, reach the arms back, and we'll fold inside this front thigh. Arms come off the back. Super important to be grounded into the feet, right? The legs are doing the work right now, and then we can be light through the upper body and give into gravity and draw towards the earth. Release the hands down. And we're going to come into a fan pose, or prasarita. So just turn your right toes parallel to your left. Hands will be underneath your head. And you see where you go today. Right? Maybe the head comes down, maybe not yet. It's pretty early in our practice. But we're grounding into the feet, into the legs. And we're finding space in the hamstrings and the glutes, which is what we need to do today to access that root chakra. Walk both hands inside the left knee, bend the left knee. So think about a runner's lunge, but we're not going to change anything in the right foot because we're going to go back and forth. So you're bending the right knee, then you're bending the left. Yes, we're getting into the adductors, the inner thighs. They connect up into that root chakra as well. Good. That root chakra, everything leads up into that very bottom of the spine. All right, last one. So come to your left and then come to your right, and then turn the right toes forward, lift off your left heel. Left hand comes down, right arm up, twist. Reach those right fingers up towards the sky. Gaze up, breathe here. And then set the right hand down inside the foot. So you're going to walk your right foot all the way to the edge of your mat, and you're to the right edge of your mat, and we're going to step into Malasana, garland. So Malasana is one of the most powerful root chakra grounding poses. So stay here for a moment and remember our mantra, I am grounded, okay? Where am I grounding from? Well, you're grounding from the whole foot. So try to press into the pinky toe edge of the foot. And then you're going to draw that energy up into your pelvic floor, right? Your Mula Bandha, so engage there. And then you're going to lift the chest and find that lightness, that openness in the heart. Set the hands down and slowly come up into a forward bend and walk your feet together. Good, so second side, Utkatasana, inhale, I'm just going to switch directions. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we'll find our flat back. Exhale, flows us through plank to chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale, back, downward dog. Plant the right foot, step, nope, we're doing high lunge. Left leg lifts, inhale. Knee comes to the nose, and we're going to round all the way through. And then we step the foot in between the hands. Lift up into your high crescent lunge. So left knee bends, press through that back heel. I am grounded. Where am I grounding from? As you exhale, it's warrior two. And then we're going to float the left hand back and interlace it with the right. Try the alternate threading of the hands, the weird way. Roll your shoulder blades together as you exhale, fold. Shake out the head. And set the hands down. We're going to turn the left toes parallel to the right. So we're in our prasarita. Let's walk the hands forward. Press, so think about this as a wide-legged downward dog. We're grounding through those hands, so spread the fingers, press it into the fingertips, And then draw your shoulders back away from your ears. Then draw your focus to your heels, ground in through the feet. Perhaps engage through your pelvic floor, that Mula Bandha. Good. Walk the hands back. We're going to come inside the right foot, so straighten through the left and bend that right knee, and then switch. So back and forth a few times here. Just opening up the inside of the thigh, right, the inner thigh, I should say. It's all connected up into that root chakra, our Muladhara chakra. Good. Last time over to the right, we'll come over to the left. Turn your left toes forward, lift off your right heel, come into your twist. Gaze up to the sky. And then as you exhale, both hands come inside your left foot, walk it out towards the edge of your mat, turn your toes out a bit, and step the right foot up. Back into our garland pose, Malasana. Just take 3 breaths here. Each time we come here, we're going to become more grounded, more rooted down through the feet. There'll be an opportunity to press into the outer edge of the foot and to connect to that pelvic floor, that Mula Bandha. And then begin to straighten the legs, come into a forward fold, walk the feet together. Okay, sit into your chair. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to lengthen. Exhale, flows you through plank chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Plant the left foot, step the right foot forward. Sorry, we're back in our high crescent warrior. I don't know why I want to keep having warrior 1, but it's crescent warrior. So back heel's lifted, bend into the right knee. And then we're going to do warrior 2. Good. Interlace the hands behind the back. Roll the shoulder blades together, look up. And then exhale, we're going to fold inside. Grounding through both feet. Right? So when we're strong and grounded through the feet, we engage the abdominals. We can be light through the heart, the chest. Walk the hands down, parallel the feet. Keep the right hand planted. Float the left arm up to the sky. So we'll twist here in our Prasarita. As you exhale, left hand comes to where the right is. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Good. Exhale, right hand's going to come down, so we're going to bend the knee, the left knee again, both hands inside. Maybe you're going to get to the point where you want to lift the toes. I don't know why I can't talk today, sorry guys. And then we're going to shift and lift the left toes. If you're there, or you stay where we were last time, right? So back and forth a couple times, you create what is of service to you. Good. Okay, so we're going to finish up on the left, come forward to the right. Now we're moving right into revolved half moon. So we're back off of the left heel, left hand is down, left leg might lift. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Breathe here. So one of the key things here to balance out our root chakra is balancing. So we're building towards some balancing options. Right hand is going to come down now. Let's hang out in our standing split. If you need to bend and straighten that right knee, that's okay. We're really trying to get into the legs today. So whatever you need to do, if you want to walk the hands a little forward under the shoulders, that's okay. If you want to come back towards the ankle, all good. Ooh, not for me today, maybe. Shake out the head. So if you're noticing, wow, my legs are more tight than usual, my ankles are weak, that could be a root chakra imbalance. Okay, we're going to take the lifted foot, step it down. We're coming back into our Malasana. Just 2 breaths here. Malasana garland pose. Opportunity to bring ourselves back. I am grounded. Good. Come into that forward bend, walk the feet to parallel, sit into your chair, Utkatasana. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, flow through your plank, chaturanga. Inhale, lift, high cobra. Exhale, rolls you back, downward dog. Left leg's gonna lift, nice and high. Knee comes towards the nose, step the foot in between the hands. Inhale, come up into your high crescent lunge. Where am I grounded? That's the question you're asking. Good. As you exhale to warrior two. Inhale, opposite clasp of the hands, weird way. Roll the shoulder blades together, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll set the hands down, parallel the feet. Good, so we're gonna come back into our twist, but it's a little different. So walk the right hand forward and slide the left hand outside. So this might be the extent of it for you. Maybe your head can tuck under and look up to the sky. Doesn't matter, whatever is your edge, that's where you go. And then we'll switch. So the left hand's gonna ground and the right arm's gonna sweep under. And maybe the head tucks under there, maybe not. Walk the hand back, so both hands are gonna come inside the right foot. Maybe you're lifting the toes this time of the left, switching back and forth. Right? Finding more availability in your inner thighs as we go through. Systematically releasing everything that we need to so we can balance our root chakra. Good. One more time to the back of the mat. And then as we go to the front of the mat, lift off of your right heel. Right hand stays down. We're floating into revolved half moon. So right leg lifts. Grounding into the left leg, left arm up. Ask ourselves, where am I grounding from? Well, my leg, obviously, but also the pelvic floor, also the abdominals, so that I can get as deep into my twist as possible. Left hand's gonna come down. Let's find our standing split here. Maybe you want to bend and straighten that left leg a few times. Maybe you feel like walking the hands a little closer to the ankle. Whatever works for you. Two more breaths. And then we're going to find our way back up into that Malasana. So 3 breaths in your Malasana squat. Good. And then bring the hands down, ground through the hands, ground through the feet. Walk your feet to parallel. And once again, we're going to sit into our chair. So Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we're going to flow through vinyasa. Skip it if you want to, need to, whatever works for you. Downward dog. Now we are actually coming into warrior one. So plant the left foot, step the right foot forward. Arms reach up. Good. As you exhale, we're going to come into warrior two. Inhale, palms are going to turn up. Let's reverse it out, but stay grounded, bent into that right knee. And then we're going to bring the right forearm to the right thigh and let the left arm reach up to the sky. So option here to explore a bind in your side angle, up to you. So maybe you want to wrap that left arm around your back, or it comes to your inner thigh. Drop the right arm inside, clasp the hands, look up, bend into the knee. Ground into the outer edge of the back foot as you lift that inner arch. 2 more breaths here. Okay, we're gonna unclasp the hands, straighten the right leg, come into Trikonasana, so triangle pose. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches up, look up to the sky. Breathe here. 2 more breaths. As you exhale, bend into the right knee. Right hand's gonna come to the floor. So Ardha Chandrasana. Left leg lifts and opens, left arm up. So this is an interesting answer to the question, where am I grounding through? So you're grounding through the right leg, but you're also grounding through both hips. So both hips are working to stabilize us in this position. And then draw the belly in. From Ardha Chandrasana, we're going to float into Warrior Two. So imagine that. You're going to bend softly into the right knee. You're going to plant the back foot. You're going to windmill the arms open. And then bring your hands to your hips. Straighten your right leg. And both feet are going to turn out. So we're coming into Goddess Squats. Knees bend. Again, where are we grounding through? So let's just move it around, but stay grounded. So you're stable in the feet, you're stable in the pelvic floor, and you're soft in the hips and the heart. And that's what we want. That's what we have the opportunity to do when we move this energy up. Right? We can be stable and grounded in the places we need to be, and then we can be soft and light and flexible and accepting and open in the places that we can be. Right? Okay. Stop here. Breathe here. And straighten up into straight legs. Good. We're going to step up into Malasana again. So it's okay if it's not graceful. Just find your way up to Malasana at the top of the mat. Breathe here. Now, opportunity if you want to play with Bakasana. Feel free to stay here. You can do some side bends if you want. You can pop a block underneath your butt if you want to stay. Or we're playing with Bakasana. So for those of us interested, where am I grounding from? Hands, right? We're balancing on the hands. So spread your fingers as wide as you can. Pelvic floor. Trust me, this is where our root chakra really comes into play. Knees come all the way up towards your armpits, hinge forward, and notice how grounded you can be with just this little bit of your body holding you up, right? 2 more breaths here. We're gonna meet in a downward dog, so if any of you have a kickback, go for it. I'm not gonna kick back because I don't wanna kick the wall behind me, but we'll meet in downward dog. Breathe here. You got that second side to do. So let me switch directions. Plant the right foot, ground it down, step the left foot forward. Warrior One, inhale. As you exhale, it's Warrior Two. As you inhale, we're finding reverse warrior. So bend into the left knee, float it back, look up, shoulder soft. And then your left forearm's gonna come to your left thigh. Your right arm's gonna reach all the way up to the sky. You decide from here, you can float it over the ear, you can wrap it if you want, and find your bind. 3 breaths here. If you're bound, unbind. We're going to come into triangle. So straightening the left leg, bringing your left hand down, floating your right arm up, look up. Breathe here. Grounding into both feet. As you exhale, look down. We're going to bend into the left knee. We're floating into Ardha Chandrasana. So lift the right arm up, lift the right leg up, draw your gaze up. Where am I grounding from? The left foot, the left leg, both hips, your core, so that you can be light and look up to the sky. We're gonna float our way right back to warrior two. So bend into the left knee, straighten the right leg, arms reach forward and back. Hands to the hips, straighten the left leg, both feet turn out. So we're back in our goddess squats. So bend into the knees, and then we're gonna add the shoulders in for this one. So hands come to the thighs, right? Maybe we're a little soft in the hips, but as you exhale, let the left shoulder come down, inhale it back up. If you can, keep your pelvic floor nice and engaged. Exhale it down, inhale up. Exhale it down, inhale it up. Good. Exhale down and inhale it up. Once again, we're gonna step up to Malasana at the top of the mat. Sitting here. Good, breathe here. And if you want to, take your Bakasana again. So remember to ask yourself, where am I grounding from? It's the hands, it's the pelvic floor, it's the arms, and breathe into it. And then repeat your mantra, I am grounded. I am grounded. Okay, 2 more breaths, whatever version of this you're doing. We're gonna meet once again in downward dog. So flowing through your vinyasa and coming back to downward dog. Okay. Couple breaths here. If you need a rest, we've taken no child's poses today. And a child's pose is one of the most grounding poses for your root chakra. So, if you need a child's pose, please take it. Right leg's gonna lift, inhale. Knee comes to the nose, step the foot in between the hands. Inhale, we're gonna reach all the way up into our high crescent warrior. And then we're gonna hug this left knee up into the chest. So draw your left knee up into the chest. Whew. I'm wiggly today. Okay, moving into dancer's pose. So remember we started our practice with that dancer's side plank version. You're gonna bring the knee behind you, grab the top of the foot. Options. Option 1 is to keep the heel in close to your buttocks. That's gonna be more of a stretch. Right arm reaches up. If you want a full dancer's, you're gonna kick the leg back. So this is actually engaging the quads, creating a back bend as well, and a balance. So very important to ask yourself, where am I grounding from? It's the foot, but it's all the toes of the foot. It's the ball of the foot, the heel. It's the leg, and then moving up into that pelvic floor. From here, we're gonna float into half moon again. So if you wanna keep holding on to that ankle, go ahead for dancer's half moon. If you don't, release the foot, all good. Look up to the sky, 2 more breaths here. Exhale, both hands come down. We're just gonna come into Parsvottanasana. Ground through both feet here. So ask yourself that question, where am I grounding from? And then make it happen. If your feet are completely railroad track behind each other, you might feel a little wiggly. Just widen them out. Wrap your left hip forward, fold over your right leg, bend that knee if you need to, and breathe. Good. We're going to step right back to downward dog now. So step the right foot up to meet the left, back in downward dog. And then lift the left leg up nice and high. We're going to bend the knee, draw it towards the nose, step the foot in between the hands. As you inhale, come all the way up high into your crescent warrior. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring that right knee up into your chest. Good. So we're setting up for whichever version of dancer's pose we want. Maybe we're going to bring the knee behind, grab the top of the foot, and draw the heel in to stretch it. Left arm up. Maybe we're going to kick the foot out and strengthen the quads. Create that extension of the spine, lift the heart, and then ground into that standing leg. Where am I grounding from? And we're going to move from here into half moon. So you decide if you want to hold on to that foot or not. Opening through the heart, gazing up to the sky. 2 more breaths. Good. Release that foot. If you had it, bring the hand down, step it back. We're going to be in that triangle forward bend, Parsvottanasana. Ask yourself, where am I grounding from? That's the feet. Make sure they're both stable. Make sure your right hip is drawing forward and fold here. Good. And then from here, we're going to meet back into a downward dog again. Okay. So, options here. Let's shift forward to plank and drop onto your hands and knees. So to finish things up, we're going to work into a dancer side plank. So it's really up to you if you want to do what we did before. So what we did before was, we'll start with the left leg, we'll swing it behind us, grab the foot, and come into it, right? Open the heart. If you want to play with the full thing, you're going to grab the foot and bring it in your full side plank. So start with being on your left side and do it working through your right leg. So here we are, we're grounded in a very tenuous situation, but we remind ourselves that we are grounded. And then we're stretching through the quads, which is something that we really need to do to connect into that root chakra. Okay, back to downward dog. Let's try the second side. So you're either in your hands and knees, keeping the right knee down, grabbing the left foot once again, getting into those quads and hip flexors. If you want to play with the full version, then you're going to be in your side plank on the right side, and then try to grab the foot. Bring the heel in nice and close. Open the heart up to the sky. Press into the big toe side of that bottom foot. Breathe here. Putting all the pieces together. We might feel super unsteady, but remember, we are grounded. 2 more breaths. Good. Release that. Come into your plank from wherever you are. Lower all the way to the mat. And we're going to float right onto our backs. Good. And draw your knees into your chest. So right ankle is going to come to left thigh. Wrap the hands around behind your thigh, your left thigh, and draw everything in. So this is pigeon basically on your back. So we can add to it if we want to. You could straighten the left leg. You could cradle the right leg in your elbows or slide the arms underneath. And then if you want to add a stretch of the of the quads and the hip flexors, you can lower the left leg all the way to the floor. So now we're really in that pigeon setup. And breathe here. So how this works, so these chakras are wheels or discs of energy. And when they're working in the right direction and they're open, the channel is open, we have a normal flow of energy moving up the spine. But when we're blocked, when we're stressed, when we feel our basic needs maybe in danger, which is what we're going through now, that wheel or disc can be turning in the opposite direction. It could be stopped, it could be blocked. So this is our opportunity to connect to that root chakra a little bit more. Release out this side and switch. So left ankle comes to right thigh. Maybe you stay here. Actually, let's thread the hands around your right thigh. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you feel like straightening the left leg. Maybe you feel like, sorry, I'm saying around straightening the right leg. Maybe you feel like cradling the left leg in your arms. And maybe you want to lower that right leg to the floor. As we access all the tightness that we're storing in the lower body, beginning to let it go. Maybe you're noticing if you close your eyes a little bit of red entering into the mind. That's your root chakra. Maybe you see a red disc swirling. 2 more breaths here. And then release that out. Set the feet to the floor, knees are bent. We're going to do 2 back bends of your choice. So maybe it's bridge pose, ground into the feet, engage through your pelvic floor, lift your hips, walk your arms under, clasp your hands maybe. If you want to work into your full Urvda, go for it. And then lower that one down. And we'll do our second one. So maybe it's bridge again. Maybe you feel like coming into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Just remember either way, ask yourself that very important question, where am I grounding from? Okay, press into the feet and lift. Begin to lower down. Knees draw into the chest. Let's do some circles with the knees. Circling to the right. And then circling back to the left. And then let your knees float over to the right, arms in a T, head to the left. This same idea works off the mat, right? When we're feeling completely unsteady in the mind, it helps us to remember what is grounding us. What are the things that are really important? What are our true priorities, our true joys? That's how we find our grounding. Draw your knees back to center, over to the other side, change your gaze, look over your right shoulder, breathe here. And then draw your knees back to center and slowly come into your rest. We're going to do that 5-minute chakra meditation. So just settle into the mat, close your eyes, find a little bit of stillness. So step 1 of this root chakra meditation is to be more mindful of the breath than we normally would be when we come into Shavasana. So really connect to the inhale and the exhale. Notice that as you inhale, the belly fills first, and then the chest follows. Breathe deeply through your nose without separating the inhale and the exhale. And feel yourself relaxing more deeply into the earth. Now draw your attention to that root chakra, the base of the spine, the pelvic floor. Imagine you're breathing in and out, and that as you breathe, you're sending the energy all the way down into the base of the spine on your inhale, and all the way up through the nose as you exhale. On each exhale, visualize or sense the energy in this first chakra growing stronger. And visualize it as that fiery red ball, and it's growing brighter and stronger on each exhale. Let your focus, your energy, your consciousness move down into that energy, that ball of energy. And see it moving and growing and expanding. As you do this, pay attention to how you feel, not just in the body, but in the mind, in the heart, in the spirit. Be aware of your experience because it's different for everyone. Some people have imagery around the earth, or birth and death, or partnership, or some deeper connection with nature. Stay settled in this space for a couple more moments as you see your ball, your disc, your wheel, however you think about it, of red glowing energy. Slowly begin to draw yourself back into your awareness and count backwards to yourself from 5 to 1 before you reach your arms over your head and stretch. And then lengthen all the way from your fingers to your toes. And draw your knees slowly into your chest. And begin to make your way onto your right side. Just take a moment. And then find your way up to a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. I thank you so much for coming on this adventure, this journey with me today. I wish you a wonderful grounding day. Namaste.